Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again, loving my life.
With the dustiest bitch on YouTube.
Dustiest bitch on YouTube. We just got finished watching the Trisha Paytas Gabbie Hanna podcast over on Gabbie's channel. And I have to say I was a little entertained. A lot of people weren't very into it. Trisha seemed as if she did not want to be there at all.
Okay.
Like, this is just something she's doing to kind of get a jab at
As
Shane.
much as I dislike Gabbie, I will say that I feel like Trisha was a bit disrespectful and dismissive of the things that Gabbie was trying to talk about. I feel like Gabbie was really trying to talk to her and level with her, be cool with her, and extend an olive branch and like.
Girl.
Trisha was very dismissive.
Very dismissive because, again, I don't think that Trisha actually wanted to be there to do this podcast with Gabbie. I think this is more so slap in the face to Shane, like, oh, haha, 100. Now I'm going to turn around and go to the people that are in your ear. And I'm gonna
100%. There was a like toward the end of it, there was like a segment where it like stopped and they said that they talked and then they came back and then they were like, well, Gabbie said that person has caused me so much drama, and I realize now that they're like
the catalyst for all the drama that's going on in her life.
And
a lot of people think it's about Shane.
In my opinion, it was about Shane. Something I wanted to talk about because like. I never really had an issue with Gabbie when I was covering all this stuff until she really, she went there with me because my sister passed away last May. And when her and I and you and all of us that were going back and forth on Twitter, she made it a point to mock me about my sister passing away. Yes. So that's something that is unforgivable.
She said that she focused in on the part of the video where you were talking about your sister and said, oh, look at the crocodile tears.
Yes.
A very thing to do, in my opinion.
If the shoe were on the other foot, if that were the case, and I did that to Gabbie,
oh, you'd be dragged.
I would be dragged.
You'd be dragged. You'd be canceled. Everyone would not know what to do with themselves.
And what was funny? Gabbie said that the only person that ever defended her was
Petty Page,
which is clearly. That's not true because I have defended Gabbie before.
I've defended Gabbie as well.
We have all defended Gabbie when we thought she was right. Like, especially with the rice gum thing.
I wasn't really
that was even really discussed. But Trisha seemed really dismissive of her. And I kind of felt bad for Gabbie in that moment. She did not want to be there.
She didn't want to be there. After this podcast with Gabbie and Trisha, I do not think that they're going to be friends.
No.
Or even, I think that they will have some contact with each other, but I don't think they're going to be breaking bread with each other.
No.
Sitting down, having dinner, or even lunch for that matter.
What was really interesting to me, because we all know that Gabbie likes to keep receipts and conversations and everything, there was a few moments in that podcast where she was like, yeah, I have the receipts. I have the screenshot. I was like, why are you taking a detailed entry for everything that somebody has done to you?
Girl.
So you turn around and use that as like an ammunition type of thing towards somebody else. It's like a powder keg.
You see, that's a little cuckoo to me.
That's weird.
But a lot of people don't know why Trisha sat down with Gabbie to begin with.
She did that 100%, in my opinion, to spite Shane.
Well, I feel like we're never going to hear the end of the Trisha Paytas, Gabbie Hanna situation.
No.
Because majority of people now believe that Shane Dawson was the one that told Gabbie Hanna that Trisha allegedly had her.
I have videos about this, and when I spoke to Gabbie, she did not say Shane. She
alluded.
She very much alluded to the fact that it was Shane Dawson that told her this. Because she was like, it's somebody that's very close to Trisha, and it's her only friend. Who can that be?
In my opinion, Shane Dawson.
So, I mean, am I happy that they both kind of I don't think they, I think that this won't get brought up again because there's no reason.
I hope not.
Because there's absolutely no reason to, hash this out again between them about this. They've clearly made this podcast together and they're going to move forward. But do I think they're going to be friends? Hell no.
I do not. And if you guys are interested in hearing the apology from Gabbie Hanna to Trisha, here you go.
I've never gotten to apologize to your face about this. I've done it on a YouTube video and kind of through text, but I never meant to hurt you through that. And if I had known that it would turn into this, if I knew that it would hurt you in this way, I wouldn't have done it. And I think at the time, you and I weren't in a place where we were friends anymore. So I didn't think that you wanted to hear from me and to text you randomly and be like, I heard this rumor about you. Is it true? When I told Jason that, it genuinely was from a place of I don't know if this is true. I heard it. If I was in this position, I would want to know. Look out for yourself. It's your life. You care. Whatever. And it was also 2 or 3 years after I heard the rumor. Right. So it wasn't I was going around spreading the rumor. It was like it came up in a situation.
Yeah.
Regardless, I never wanted to hurt you, but I did. Because I never said, you know Trisha has herpes, right? Like, it was never like that. It was like, hey, I don't know if this is real. This person told me. I don't know why they would lie. It's your business. I literally said to him, like, talk to her if you want. Like, it was never supposed to be like this secret thing. And I do totally understand where you're coming from, because if I was on the receiving end of that, I would be like, why the fuck are you saying I have herpes? You know what I mean? Like, I get it 1000%. And I wish that we could have had that conversation sooner, where I could just be like, I fucked up. And like, you know, it's just, I guess it was like the source where I was just like, it felt credible at the time. And it concerned me as like coming from a place of you and I didn't have a relationship and him and I were so close.
Right.
Again, if I knew it was going to like come back to you in this way or hurt you in this way or cause you some like pain or anxiety or embarrassment, whatever it is, it's just like, I just wish I hadn't handled it in that way. And I'm sorry.
So anyways, I'm glad that Gabbie Hanna has finally had the moment to apologize to Trisha Paytas after Trisha dragged her across the internet. And I'm sure that Gabbie was receiving a lot of hate because of Trisha's fans. There's a lot of diehards out there. And vice versa. I'm sure that people from Gabbie Hanna's stands, actually, I know for a fact people that are Gabbie Hanna stands probably went after Trisha. Because we said a few things about Gabbie Hanna on Twitter and we were dragged for days, months, years. Gosh, it's been going on.
You should read the comments on that video. They're really interesting. And you know, I kind of share the same sentiment as far as some of the people go with their comments about Trisha. You know, I like Trisha. Does she always do things the way I think she should, or does she always address things or not try to offend people? No, Trisha, she has her own bag of shit that she brings to the table. And I call her out on it when I see it, right? But Trisha, I feel like she really just was letting whatever Gabbie said go in one ear and out the other.
God, she did not.
The energy was awkward. Opinion. They were sitting there saying that the energy was good. The energy was not good.
No, it was awkward.
It was very strained. It was uncomfortable to watch.
The slight bickering that was going back and forth between the two, like, well, this is actually what happened, but no, this is what happened. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are never going to get to the end of it.
I will give Gabbie credit where credit is due. I do think that she is trying to own her mistakes, and it was a big step for her to reach out and text Trisha and ask her to be on that podcast. That is a very big thing.
Okay, that's a big thing. However, and we were even saying this back when the whole Shane Dawson drama was going on first, when Trisha was going against him. Do you think that Gabbie only reached out to have Trisha come on the podcast because, one, she knows the views would be there, and two, it would paint her in a very good light, because now it's like, oh, well, Shane Dawson did this. Let's all hate on Shane, and let's not remember what Gabbie did.
Because still, to the fact and to Gabbie's detriment, she still has all this drama with Jesse Smiles. I do think that a part of Gabbie may have thought that she could capitalize on this Shane drama just a little bit, but I don't think it was, how do I say this? I don't think it was executed the way she thought it would be.
But you know what? I'm not even going to hate on Gabbie for sitting down, and if she just wanted to have Trisha on to clear the air about Shane because she knew the views would be there and all that, paint her in a good light, I'm with Gabbie on that.
That takes some balls.
Because Gabbie was dragged for a very long time because of this Trisha Paytas situation and what Shane allegedly told her. So Gabbie, go on now.
But that's the only thing that I really didn't like. I feel like Trisha was very dismissive of things that Trisha did, because she would bring up tweets and things that Trisha would say, and Trisha would be like, I don't remember that. Like, yeah, you do, girl. Like, you remember that. You do.
I was very entertained for the podcast. It was entertaining to me. It was a little cringe, though, when she was doing, like, the ads and Trisha was just, like, sitting there.
Yeah, no. Well, Trisha wasn't sitting there. You weren't watching.
I wasn't watching?
No, you were just listening, but they were pre-filmed. Like, she just, like, edited that in.
I wasn't looking over the computer screen, so I literally thought that she was sitting there with Trisha on the couch and just reading this off. I was like, oh, my God.
It's Gabbie at a different time, and she's just sitting there with the mic, and she's just reading it off. It's really, like, just, like, a paid ad.
Oh, well, good.
No, I mean, get your money, sis. I mean, I would be willing to talk to Gabbie. If she wants to apologize to anybody, I feel like she definitely does owe me an apology. And people are going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but that hurt my feelings.
Well,
when my sister passed away, that was a very big, low point for me. And she just literally antagonized it.
Yeah.
So
I think she could give you an apology.
Well,
maybe she'll reach out. Who knows? With all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow our couples channel, which is listed down below. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.